try to spend a lot of time looking at the lifestyles of billionaires. Honestly, don't have any such eureka moment. I'm thankful to you that you actually asked me this question. One thing, if anyone's watching this video, if anyone is ever going to watch this video, if anyone ever wants to talk to me about this, one thing I would always say, the best way of managing the time or knowing that you can do so much more is just remember that someone's doing 10, 100, 1,000 times more in the same amount of time than what you are actually doing. Like someone doing a 9-to-5 job, a government job, or, whichever way, whatever they're doing, they can be busy in the times like water. It just flows in to fill up the space. Works like that. I think having that mindset and trying to understand this always that you have free time. I think having more time to be able to do things is an attitude. It is. I personally don't think it is a planning. Like I could be, and I must say that I actually do take a lot of pride in understanding and saying that I can have the busiest of the day and have 500 things to do. I will still find time in that day to do anything extra if I feel that is important. And it all comes down to priority. If someone's actually not able to do something in the time, and if they are saying, I don't have enough time, it is purely because it's not on your priority list. Because if it is on your priority list, you will find time to do it. So that's how I think about it. I think the priority is the main thing, and having that attitude to know that, yes, I have time. I just have to make way of doing that. I think that is the biggest key to it. I personally am, and people around me, sometimes, in fact, my family members even would consider that it is a little bit crazy, but I try to spend a lot of time listening and looking at the lifestyles of billionaires. Like I follow the likes of, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, there's an Indian business magnate, Mukesh Ambani, the Ambani families. And I absolutely love following them and their lifestyle. And it has been, there is actually a very famous Bollywood movie called Guru. And I watched that movie and I must say that has probably been one of the biggest influences for me. I know it might sound a bit crazy, that I'm actually referencing to a Bollywood movie for inspiration, but it was absolutely, I still could watch it any number of times. I've watched it hundreds of times. And the interesting part is that both me and my wife, we enjoy watching that together. I must say that I share a lot of my passion with my wife, and she's fantastic. She supports me in all of this because, like as you said, I could not do what I'm doing at the moment without having that support. Because as you can imagine, you can't just be at work and do all these things. You obviously bring work home, and then, so it has to be something that you enjoy thoroughly with the whole family. But I think that there helps you a lot in understanding this thing, that this is bigger than life, larger than life. This is like if someone, and like as I said, it's very simple. I honestly don't have any such eureka moment where I can say that it happened that way. But I think looking at that and having that, if you are just following people who are doing so much more in their life, as I was actually listening to one of the Elon Musk interviews, and where he was actually talking about the law of Earth or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but he was saying that everyone actually is born with a definite figure in their mind, like as in everyone's born with certain numbers, and it is all destiny, where you are told, so say, for example, you are told that, oh, Sanjiv, you are destined for 1 million, 10 million, 100,000, whatever. And someone actually told that to Elon Musk. And all he did that was he multiplied that number by 1,000. And he put that himself as a goal for himself. And that is exactly how I look at it, that if every time I'm feeling challenged and every time I'm feeling that, and every time I hear people say, okay, Sanjiv, enough, you've done lots, there's a lot of things that you are doing already. I said, okay, this is a challenge. And I must say that, and I mentioned it to you before as well, Sadi, that I feel currently that I'm actually working at 30% of my capacity. I feel that whatever I'm doing now, I can do 3 times more than that. And that, I think, is in itself a big, and like as they say, if you aim for something really high, that's probably one of the ways of at least ending up with the with something better than the average, right? You will end up with something better.
That is
Yeah.
exactly the way.
Look, I would say, I mean, that's an easy one, man. That's an easy one. I mean, it just happens to be that the lead actor in the movie, he is so obviously ambitious, and he wants to become the biggest and the richest in the world, and in India and whatever. And in the process, he just does something which actually he makes business deals and things like that, and he gives less time to his family. So what happens to be is that the lead actor, the husband and the wife, they get separated, not as in divorce, but they started living separately. And then after a little while, he feels that, oh my God, what's about all this achievement if I'm not doing it with my wife? And then he comes back to her, and she actually says that, you want to win the world, let's win the world, but let's win together. And that's what it's about. But I think the strength of the relationship, that actually makes you grow. And I very strongly believe in this. I feel that my wife's trust in me and faith in me, and that belief in her eyes, actually makes me work harder. So there I am.
Please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease. Flow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat.